got a rifle on a hunting rack, best friend in the back, old hound riding shotgun. I got a camouflage mud truck looking for a big buck creeping through the dusky dawn. Big bright floodlights cutting through the dark night make a path to the deer stand. Pray to God Almighty, quiet as I can be, waiting for the aftermath. We've been dreaming all year for the season, waiting for the leaves to fall. We'll be looking for a 12-point buck, man. He'll be chasing that doe. Fire up your guns, draw back your bows, let the lead out, let the hammer go. Put some meat on the table, horns on the wall, take a picture, show it off to your pawpaw. You're a different kind of animal, hiding in the brush. Look at what it does when hunting's in your blood.
Well, folks, we are winding down bow season, and this will be actually the last episode of season 1, Full Draw Madness, with a bow in hand, in the deer stand.
Hello folks, it's October 5th. We're up here in northern Missouri, hunting some big whitetails up here. We did some scouting today, hung a few stands, found some good sign, jumped a few deer. So we're gonna head out here and see if we can't put one down with the bow. Come go with us.
So we're up north again, and we're going to talk about the Raymondville reinforcements and some of their action up north. And we're going to start this episode out with one of your hunts, and tell us a little about it.
Well, earlier that morning I'd had a few deer come into my left-hand side, and I was self-filming.
Yeah.
And you know how that goes.
I sure do.
At one point I actually had to stand up and try and get the camera behind my back, and
Folks, remember what I said about that? You could throw a hip out?
yeah,
Just saying.
it's pretty tough to do sometimes. And as you can tell, we had some geese flying over.
You know, I'm questioning these geese because while we were up north, one day it was hot, one day it was cold, one day it was hot. I think they was up there flying circles, didn't know which way to go.
They were confused.
They were confused. Well, you had some pretty good action that morning.
Yeah.
So you climbed back in the stand that evening and, well, had some more action.
Yeah.
I see you might have had some squirrels in your area.
Northern squirrels.
Oh, northern squirrels. Well, folks, that's all the difference in the world. So I see on film you're watching this deer right out in front of you, but that's not the one you shoot.
No, actually, two of them came in.
Okay.
And one of them went out of camera range, and I couldn't move to stay on it. You can kind of see its legs in the video. And because this other one was coming in pretty close.
Creeping in.
Yeah, it was creeping in on me.
Creeping in.
You know, we've been coming up here for several years. The first year we came up here, it was me and you and two of the guys from work.
Sure was.
And then the second year we were up there, me and you.
Yep.
We were driving down the road there and looked at a camping area, and I looked up there and I said, "Them guys are from Raymondville." And you said, "Oh, come on." And I said, "No, they are." And they'd heard me talking about it, and next thing you know, they were there the same weekend we was, and
Came on up.
they came on up, and after that it just kind of became a Rainville tradition. That, you know, we go up there every year and have a good time. We always stay a week, and we have a good time while we're up there together.
That deer you just mentioned that we could see the legs of before that other one crept in on you. I heard it sounded like it took off. Were they winding you? Did they see you?
I'm not sure what happened there, but the one that came in that I couldn't get the camera on, it took off.
Now, it didn't seem to phase the other one.
No.
I mean, it looked like it was alerted a little bit, but it went right back to feeding.
Yeah.
So we love it when they do that.
Okay, folks, this is Lynn Wilson with Full Draw Madness, and I just think I put the smack down on a little doe. We're gonna get down now and go see if we can't find her.
This season was the first time I'd been up there in a few years. Folks, I haven't had any luck up there. But I went up with them this year, or not with you, but met you up there, and it was a good time. We enjoy going up. It's fun to hunt, even though I am under the curse of Scotland
You
County.
have a lot of those.
I don't know.
You know, speaking of curses, a lifelong friend of mine, and he's a good friend of yours too. Jody Jones, he's one of them that goes up with us every year. He has this deer come out, and he's watching it, and he gets a shot at it. We'll just see what happens.
Hey folks, this is Jody. Just got up my tree. We're in North Missouri. October the 7th. We're gonna see what happens.
Well, on camera, you actually can't even see the deer during the shot.
Yeah. Which, that wasn't the only deer out there, he was telling me later, and it went over, and he would have shot at it again because it went over and laid down. And when he got down, he didn't want to get down right then because there was a bigger doe, and he thought maybe a buck might come in and he might get a shot at the buck. So when he got down, he went over there, and the deer wasn't laying down any longer.
No deer.
No deer. So we went back and looked for it. I mean, we looked and looked and looked, and we had good blood trail, but we never did find that deer.
Boy, that's a wild looking blind.
It's all natural.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a big briar patch, and my buddy Mike Elledge, he'd been going out there, and as you can tell, there's one big oak tree out there, and the deer, almost every night, he'd be hunting somewhere else, but he'd come up over this hill, and he'd look out there, and they'd be feeding underneath that tree. And Mike, he likes to do a lot of stalking, and he never did get his stalk down pat, so he looked around the area there and saw this big briar patch right there, so him and Jody, they went out there and cleaned him out a spot, and Jody went out and filmed him that night, and some deer came in.
Well, it looks like that shot, it might have been a little bit high.
Yeah, it was a little bit high. It was a little bit closer than what he thought. So.
Oh, okay.
And when we played back the footage, if you watch the footage, it actually looks like the deer just ran out there a little ways and just fell down.
Yeah.
But we went out there and looked for that one, and once again, we didn't find the deer.
Didn't find the deer. Deer gone. Well, here we have Lucas from Bean Creek Outdoor Products, and he's in a blind on one of his farms.
Yeah. Something didn't look quite right there.
I think we need to watch that one again.
One more time.
I think I just put a little meat in the freezer, got a doe. I'm gonna sit here in just a minute. After I shot that doe, she run off. Some turkeys started clucking and going on just right here beside us. So I'm gonna give her a little bit of time to expire and sit here and hopefully one of these turkeys will come within bow range. Get a little 2-for-1 this morning, maybe. Be pretty sweet. Well, after watching the footage back, I missed that doe slick. I ain't sure what happened. I don't know what the deal was, but it looked like I had horrible arrow flight. I ain't sure what caused that.
Yeah, we thought that arrow looked a little bit funny
Yeah, it
flying
looked
through
a
the
little
air.
shaky.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what angle Lucas had,
Yeah.
but that's why we like to have the camera, because we can review the footage, because all of us do that. I mean, we think we had a good shot, like when I thought I missed
the
one,
one, yeah.
and it ended up that I did harvest one. But that's why we enjoy the cameras also, is we can review the footage and see just what kind of shot we did get. Well, at the end of last week's episode, Lucky 13, we mentioned something about a camera guy taking a shot. Well, that's our good buddy and editor and producer, Jeremiah Owens. He was hunting with us throughout the early part of season, and then with work schedules and everything like that, he went and started filming for Bean Creek Outdoor Products. And well, him and Lucas is up in the stand, and Jeremiah's filming for Lucas. They had a deer come in, and it came in on the wrong side for the hunter. So as you can hear them saying it, oh, go ahead.
But luckily, they both took their bows.
That's a key right there. I've done it a few times this year where I was filming and I took my bow just in case. But you know, you can, and it's a good idea to, but they did this time.
Well, and a lot of times, you know, if you have a deer come in and one person kills one, you can actually switch it up if you have
Exactly. Yep.
You know, and some people can use the same bow. We don't.
Yeah, we don't.
But some people have, you know.
Matthew.
Bow tech.
But anyway, this deer
Left
comes.
hand, right.
This deer comes in on the wrong side for Lucas. So Jeremiah is asking, should I shoot it? And Lucas says,
I would.
I would. So the deer comes in, and well, let's take a look. So, talking to Jeremiah after watching this video, he mentions that his string caught his binoculars.
Yeah, if you hear that, it made a lot of noise.
It did. Yeah, it was a Bowtech.
Yeah,
but
here we go.
the string caught the binoculars, and if you'll see the arrow kind of hit that limb up there. But this deer doesn't run off.
No, wasn't spooked at all.
It trotted a little bit, and then Lucas takes a shot.
Came right back.
And let's see what happens.
Oh, I missed her too. She's still standing there.
I think this deer is taunting them.
This deer is tough because Jeremiah shot at it, Lucas shot at it. Now it's standing out there mocking them.
Yep.
It knows.
With stuff in the way, you know, they can't get another shot at it.
No.
But I don't think it was scared.
Oh well, bud. It looked like maybe, you know, hey, what's going on around here? But then just went back to normal and I guess fed off. So that happens though. I've had it happen with a turkey like that, and you know, it's
You actually slung one at a turkey?
a couple years ago.
Well, me and Jeremiah sitting here, and a little doe come up through here. Both of us are shooting. It wasn't something to be very proud of, that's for sure. And then, you know, we couldn't even get close enough to scare her off. You know, she just still stood around. That's the bad part. I ain't sure what happened. Jeremiah's bow did sound a little bit funny in his defense when he shot. I don't know if that, I'm just thinking that or making excuses or what, but honestly, it did sound a little bit funny to me when he shot.
Well, Lucas already gave the commentary, but that was my first shot of the year. My first miss of the year. Glad it was on tape so you can all enjoy it.
Well, it's getting closer to rifle season, and Jeremiah, he finally got an opportunity to actually be the hunter instead of the cameraman.
He had some time off, so he
Had-
go out there and
Had some time off, was able to get out there by himself, self-filming,
self-filming.
and, you know, my buddy Jeremiah, we grew up together, you know, and he looked like he had some nice honey holes here, which he never told me where they were at.
I never got to go.
You
there.
never did? I didn't
did.
get to go. I mean,
I took him to one of my honey holes.
Did you?
Yeah.
I took him to several of mine.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk to him about this.
It's November 13th, 2013. This is my second day of self-filming. It is cold. When I left the house this morning, it was 15 degrees. It's a nice frosty morning. I'm hoping to see some deer movement.
Well, the wind was playing wrong with him on a few of them, and they were just out of range. It's deceptive to look at them because it looks like they're closer than they are.
Because you're zoomed in.
Exactly. So Jeremiah had some opportunities that turned into not so great opportunities, but that happens to us all when you're self-filming, trying to get the camera on the deer, get the bow, and it was tough. But boy, he was in the honey hole.
seen all kinds of activity since I first started hunting this spot. I've only been here, this is only my fourth time here. Only the third day though. So, let's see how it goes.
Well, as you've seen, you know, when you're out there in the bow woods, anything that can go wrong sometimes will go wrong.
Yes, it will.
But next week, we're hanging up the bows,
Grabbing the rifles.
grabbing the rifles.
Folks, it's beginning of 2013 Missouri rifle season, and we've got some good hunts for you, and we're going to bring that to you next week, so tune back in and join the madness.